whole idea of an emergency proclamation was never intended for the governor to just continue to do it over and over and over again.
No one branch should have too much power over the others. Hey everyone, it's State Rep Tom Morrison, and I am joined by a colleague, Representative Joe Sosnowski. Here we are, we're about 1 year since the very first disaster proclamation from the governor. And again, last year we didn't know a whole lot. And so I was in support of the initial, some of the initial steps to limit COVID-19. But when there was another executive order after another executive order, which is repetitive all through the summer, through the fall, we're still in the governor's phases. And so some of us introduced the concept of putting some legislative restraint on these executive orders. It doesn't matter if it's Governor Pritzker or someone else. We are three branches of government. No one branch should have too much power over the others. I mean, this is just a fundamental principle in our government that we have checks and balances. So, Joe, tell me about the bill that you filed.
You know, the Democrats are in the supermajority here. As Tom mentioned, Speaker Madigan had always pushed this concept of the House as an equal to the governor's branch. And so it was really surprising to see the Democratic majority really just abdicate all responsibility and say, hey, we're going to give all authority to the governor. And I think we're on maybe 70 plus executive orders now extending it. And this whole idea of an emergency proclamation was never intended for the governor to just continue to do it over and over and over again. And so my proposal is that we'll still have that 30-day declaration allowed, but any continuation after that would need to come back for support from the legislature. And again, like you mentioned, as co-equal branches, we need to have that give and take, discuss these issues, and work on a solution together.
Right, because if the legislature is involved, then we could have committee meetings. We could have individuals or groups come in to testify on how that particular executive order is impacting them. So I support that concept very much. Joe, thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me. Good being with everybody.